out bubbles when I speak. I'm a freak, because she's received out for me. I'm unique, there is only one of me. I'm complete, so I really don't care what you think of me. I'm a geek.
When do we want it?
Nancy, hey, how's the investigation going?
Deirdre only mentioned it in passing, but you and Olivia used to be friends?
We were, and I guess it doesn't hurt to mention that Lauren was a part of our little group as well. But that was years ago.
So you don't get along now?
Things changed.
Did something happen?
I don't see why this is relevant. Aren't you supposed to be clearing my sister's name? She doesn't need more blame for things she didn't do.
What did she get the blame for before?
This town wants someone to blame for everything.
Nah, I think it's her,
She's
man.
different and gets singled out.
She is all
I want
sorts
to
of
know
shady.
more about anyone who might have a motive for the fire. Maybe you can help if you know them, even as old friends.
I guess. Go on.
What can you tell me about Olivia?
What can I tell you about Olivia? I can tell you that I think her shtick is ridiculous. And that she's doing this town a disservice by selling this silly idea of broomsticks in this double toil and trouble version of witches. This is a place of real history, and she wants it to be a theme park.
Do you think she would have burned down the Hathorne House?
I suppose it would be good for business. People love a ruin.
Especially a haunted ruin.
She is pretty happy lighting fires. But I don't know. I only want my sister cleared.
I know. We're getting there. I can't help but think about the rumor Olivia talks about. The coven.
You shouldn't pay any attention to her stories. She just says whatever she thinks the crowd wants. Real history isn't interesting to Olivia.
So you never heard this rumor elsewhere?
I didn't say that. There are no witches in Salem. Just showy frauds and stupid kids doing stupid things. Don't
You
trouble
can't really
yourself with
say
ancient
that, though.
history and rumors. There's a real kid in trouble who needs your help.
What can you
Sketchy.
tell me about Lauren?
Lauren is a piece of work. Olivia may pretend to be a witch, but Lauren thinks she's a witch, you know? They are as bad as each other. The real legacy and history of Salem is what's important.
All right,
not
no,
over-the-top
she is.
stories and hokey potions and lotions.
So you don't go to her
Yeah,
shop?
she doesn't even know.
I've never been in, but I've had the tea. My advice? Stay away from the Senna leaf. Can ruin your whole day.
Do you think she would burn down Hathorne House?
I don't know. Maybe. If she thought it would help her stay on the grounds. She certainly doesn't want anyone else having it, even if there are historical and legal reasons. But like I said, I don't really know her that well anymore.
Yep, no, I think Tegan did it.
Talk
I
to
don't
you
know
later.
what... Alright, D. What is your vibes? Because you're my partner in crime in this. I just felt like with that past conversation, Tegan is just showing all sorts of, like, shadiness. And she doesn't want to talk about it, and she doesn't think there's any witches in Salem, and she's really trying to, like, pull away from anything's witches, coven, all that stuff, even though it's Salem. And you really can't say there are no witches in, Salem. No one can really say that. And it's saying that they think they're witches, but they're not, and she's being very judgy on that, so... But then she's never really ever given me full answers. I think it's Tegan. I really think. My vibes are struggling not to fall back asleep. I'll go with your gut on this. Alright. That's fair. It's okay. Vibes of sleepiness, I get it. Not a problem. Alright, D. I think we'll do this. I think it's her. I really do. Alright, let's check out the Hathorne House again. Just maybe something I've done or talked to has unlocked something. And if not, then I'll just start calling a bunch of people to see what we can do next. I probably need to call, like, what? Sourface. Whatever her name is. I mean, honestly, y'all, if that will is like in that secretary desk, I'm done. Cause I'm like, no one thought to look in that, you know.
An old secretary.
Gosh. Oh. Oh. Alright, y'all. You came to me in midwinter and made each day feel brightest. Like a lion I cared for my new cub, even though sometimes she could be stubborn like an ox. In the month where spring stirs, I revealed your heritage to you, and on the day of Samhain, we remembered our ancestors. Now I wish for you to choose. Make this house your home, or be free of its burden. Forever yours, Francis Tuttle. The will is in the house. Okay. Well.
A letter written in Francis Tuttle's own hand.
Alright, y'all. Okay, so we found that. It's in the house somewhere. I wonder. I think that's where that one was. Yeah.
The walls are still smoldering from the fire. The walls are still smoldering.
I wonder if that just meant look in that first spot that I found. Okay. Those look loose.
Francis Tuttle needs.
Let's call, what's her face? Sour face. Oh, okay, so I already got all the clues from there. Okay, well. Deirdre, that's her name.
Hello, Deirdre?
Help me!
Deirdre!
I got you. Deirdre 1, Nancy 0. Ugh, you're so gullible.
It's not funny.
Come on. Yes, it is. You know what? I like it. Because now I know how much you care.
Of course I care, Deirdre. Despite your best efforts.
Well, anyway, I have some information for you. Francis Tuttle? What do you know about her?
She's the former owner of Hathorne House.
What? That's it?
Well, I thought you were going to research.
It all goes back to Francis Tuttle. Check it out. She took over the Hathorne House estate in 1992. Although I found 3 different marriage announcements in the Salem News, she was never married and never had any biological children. The only living heir now is Lauren Holt. She met Francis Tuttle and was officially adopted in 2006.
The judge said there was a will. Lauren confirmed that.
Exactly. But as far as I can tell, there is no will. Nothing was ever filed with the town clerk.
Uh-oh.
No lawyer has stepped forward with a copy. Frances was in her late 80s when she passed, and she had a stroke a few years earlier. Maybe she was confused.
Are you saying you think that Lauren burned down her own house?
Sounds bizarre, I know. but it's the most likely scenario.
But why?
Because in Salem, a historic property is classified differently if it's a ruin versus being an intact structure. Without a will, a ruined property is preserved as is.
So Lauren could stay there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think living in a charred-out building is great for your health, but it's a theory.
Okay. See if you
That's
can find out
interesting.
anything else. I'll meet you back at the Perry house later.
Okay. Bye, Nancy.
She's weird. Okay. Alright, well.
Hello?
Is this Damien Faulkner?
Yeah? Who is that?
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm a private investigator currently working the Hathorne House case on behalf of Judge Danforth. Do you mind if I take up a minute of your time?
Go ahead.
Just wanted to follow up on some statements.
Statements made by who?
Tegan Perry,
Yes?
your girlfriend.
Right.
Where were you?
Sorry, but were these statements given to the police?
No. They were given to me, willingly.
Yeah, sorry. I work for Alicia, and I've learned to make sure that when you're being questioned, you always have a lawyer present. I don't want to sound like I'm guilty or complicit, I just know my rights.
Of course.
But you sound trustworthy.
Oh, thanks. How long have you worked for Alicia?
I've interned for her for a while, but she doesn't really pay attention.
You seem to know a lot about legal framework.
I listen to her on the phone. A lot. Anyway, I was with Tegan on the night of the fire. That's what you wanted to know, right?
Yeah. And what did you guys do?
Watched a movie.
Okay. Which movie?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. Tegan picks. You know, they're always some kind of vampire, drama, apocalyptic, teenagey, angsty thing. Don't tell her, but I never pay attention. I'm into hard sci-fi.
Oh. Good to know.
Okay.
Anything else, or?
No. Thanks for talking to me.
Yep. Sure. Bye.
Okay.
Hello.
Ned, hey.
You've reached the voicemail inbox of Ned Nickerson. I apologize that I did not come to the phone in a timely fashion.
Pick up your phone, Ned. Hi again. It's me, Nancy Drew.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Time difference. My bad.
No problem. I assume you are calling because you have questions?
Yeah, I do actually, if you don't mind.
Please, go ahead.
What do you know about hauntings, ghosts, and global witch trials?
Ah, well, Mosan Castle is one of the most haunted castles in the world. Unsurprising, considering the amount of war and bloodshed around the castle. Witches, werewolves, ghosts.
Werewolves too? Wow.
Yes, in the 19th century, deer and cattle were found torn apart in the area around the castle.
But that could have been any wild animal.
Indeed. Imagination runs wild when people are afraid.
Intrigued.
Can you tell me more about the ghosts?
The reports are always similar. Sounds of bumps upstairs, footsteps in the hallways, doors opening and closing on their own. Some people feel a cold touch or a person breathing on them when nobody is near. Floating light orbs are also a common phenomenon in ghost sightings.
Do you believe these reports?
When claims remain this steady over the years, it's hard not to believe. But I do understand it is possible to fool your own senses when you expect something to happen. The mind is suggestible that way.
Oh, like the way we recognize faces in random shapes and patterns. We look for sense in the incomprehensible.
Perhaps like that. I can't say for sure.
That makes sense.
Thank you for your time. I gotta go.
You're welcome, Miss Drew. Let me know what you find out.
I will. Have a nice night.
Alright, so I think that's everybody in that. Alright, let's go this way. Let's talk to Laura one more time before we head back to the house and talk to May.
You're back soon.
I just have a couple more things I wanted to ask you.
Well, lucky for you, it's quiet here today. Shoot.
See you later.
Okay, well, I guess it won't let us. Okay. What? Oh.
Hey. Are you feeling any better about the case?
Nope.
We're going to find out who did this, May. I promise.
If you say so. Look, thanks for breakfast. I just want to say, I know you're trying to help, but I think you're wasting your time.
Have you ever seen this lighter before?
Whoa, I lost this days ago. Where'd you find it?
Outside the front door.
Are you always snooping around?
I have a knack for finding things that other people miss.
Thanks. This means a lot to me.
Talk to you later. I probably shouldn't be in May's room without an invitation. Oops, wrong door. The guest room is at the end of the hall.
Aw. But nobody's here. Alright, well, let's see. But yeah, well, it says I need tapes too, so let's see if we can find these tapes real quick. Besides, the computer is all dusty. Oh, it's just an old computer. Alright. No. 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 That way. No. Oh, this is so annoying. I do have to say, the gameplay is just strange. This is not your typical point and click. Well, at least for Nancy Drew. The point and click last times were a lot easier. Alright.
It's dust. It's dust.
Let's see, maybe it's in the evidence. Nope. Number 16? Let's see if there's any tapes. No. No. No.
All of the stolen evidence was linked to the accused witch's claim to Hathorne House. All of the stolen evidence was linked to the accused witch's claim to Hathorne. All of the stolen All of the stolen evidence was
Let's see what they say.
I can't come to the phone right now, but leave me a message and I'll get back to you. Take care.
Hi. If you're hearing this, that means I can't come to the phone right now. Just...
Hey, you reached Carson Drew's home number.
Lots of voicemails. Let's see. Talk to them, talk to them.
Sorry to break it to you, but I'm ghosting you. Try. Thank you for calling, but I'm not.
Hello. You've reached the voicemail inbox of...
a CCTV camera. There might be footage from the day of the break-in. Should ask the judge about this.
Really?
The break-in was staged. The thief must have come in through the door.
There we go. Good grief. I don't know why we had to do all that.
I went through the missing evidence and was able to get a list of everything that's missing. Judge? Judge?
I'm afraid I haven't been completely honest with you, Nancy.
I know.
What? You know?
Let's just say I can tell when someone is trying to hide something from me.
The reason Carson sent you to Mosem Castle was because I already knew what was stolen from the courthouse. Tegan Perry had assembled a packet of documents outlining her accused witch's claims on the Hathorne House. They were compelling, and I believe she had a real claim. But now, they're missing.
No documents, no claim.
Yes. Oh, what a mess.
Without any evidence or will, what's the legal status of the house?
Well, that is a somewhat complicated question. With so many moving parts and interested parties with crossover jurisdictions,
You're the one who decides who gets the house.
How did you know?
I can tell you're not happy about being the center of such a large decision.
Well, it's muddy, legally, and complicated for other reasons.
Because it's not just who lives there. It's tied up in the town's history.
Yes, not to be taken lightly.
Do you remember any details about the AW evidence?
I don't remember much, unfortunately. Oh, there was this key with its blade shape to spell AW. Very unique. Not sure what it was connected to.
Like this one?
Yes, that's it. Where did you find this?
Mosem Castle. I say both crimes are connected. The theft of the Book of Apologies and the theft of evidence from the courthouse.
Someone is going to great lengths to prevent the AW organization from having a claim on the Hathorne estate.
Any educated guess who that might be?
Practically everybody in this town. Everyone has an interest. Some want it to be a museum, others a carnival attraction. And I'm sure Lauren Holt just wants to live there.
I'll have to dig deeper.
Well, you'll need to do it quickly.
Yep.
I unfortunately must file the papers in 2 days. Otherwise, I lose control of the property and it falls into the hands of the state. And I doubt they give a fig about anyone's opinions from this town.
I love a good ticking clock, as long as it's not a time bomb. Where where were you when this evidence was stolen?
If you can believe it, I was here, working. I have no reason to steal the evidence, trust me. It's giving me more headaches than I care to admit.
Mm-hmm. Do you have CCTV footage from the break-in?
Yes, we do. Huh. I had completely forgotten.
Incompetent, Judge. Come on.
Do you mind if I take a look at the footage?
Of course, of course. It will take about a day to get the right footage. Come back tomorrow and it will be here waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind me asking what you were doing 3 days ago?
That would be the day you visited Mosam Castle. Are you asking for an alibi, Miss Drew?
I'm just trying to confirm what everyone was doing the day that the Book of Apologies was stolen.
I know it was stolen, but you know I'm the one that called your dad to have you go look for it to begin with.
Right, but other people might say they were with you.
I was at Salem District Court all day, so unless you're interviewing the fine folks who stole eggs from a plover's nest at Winter Island Beach,
he was very
parked
defensive.
outside the Wax Museum during the middle of the Harvest Festival, I highly doubt my schedule will have crossover with any of the alibis you're following up on.
One quick question for you, Judge. Do you remember where you were on the night the Hathorne House was burned?
Of course. I was having dinner with my son. It was a very expensive dinner because Jason got the 64-ounce tomahawk chop. And I paid for it like I always do. Ha! You actually suspect me of committing this crime?
No. I just like to get the full picture of who was where, when.
Oh, good.
Right. Thank you, Judge. Also,
I don't like
I
him
thought
either.
you should know there's a car parked outside in the handicapped spot.
Huh, you don't say. I'll have it taken care of. Goodbye now.
Okie dokie. Well.
Yes, can I help you?
Do you have access to any of the CCTV footage?
Ah, no, sorry. I think that's the judge's purview.
Did you know that the break-in was faked?
Sorry, I'm not following.
Whoever broke in entered the evidence room without actually having to break anything. They tried to make it look like they broke in from outside, but they came in through the door.
I told the judge to lock that door. And considering how lax security is around here, I mean, you just
I
walked
agree.
right in. It could have been anyone. I'm just glad we upgraded the security since then.
See you later.
I agree.
What do we want? Justice. When do we want it?
You're back! Great. Let me guess. More questions?
See you later.
Okay, let's go back and see if people are back at the house yet. If not, I might have to call it because I'm starting to get a little sleepy and if we're kind of
The
stuck.
shops aren't making a lot of business right now.
I don't know what I do.
Hey, are you feeling any better about the case?
Nope.
We're going to find out who...
Look, thanks.
Talk to you later.
Zero miedo. I got no fear. Zero miedo. I got it here. Zero miedo. That's the